Hello, hello, hello. So good to see you. We're going to have some fun today. Ooh, we're going to do a scalp massage. I am Lucifer Morningstar. Let's try one more. How about that for a nice, soothing dark color, darling? Good, good, good. Let's begin, shall we? Now, I want you to imagine that my fingers are slowly working into your scalp. You can feel my strong hands beginning to work the very top of your head. How does that feel? Does that make you feel good? Does that make you relaxed? Hello, Jedi. Welcome. We're doing head massage today, and I'm here to help you relax. I hope you've had a very good day. I hope you're able to relax. Hello, Piero. It's good to see you. There you are, Puff. We're going to try this again. We had some slight technical difficulties last time. But that's a learning process. We're going to keep trying, aren't we? Now, I want you to imagine my fingers starting to work into your scalp. Thank you so much, Jedi. I like to do cosplays whenever I can. I won't always do them, but I do enjoy doing them. This is my Lucifer Morningstar. You can see more of this look over on my TikTok channel. But right now, we're focused on your scalp. I'm going to take all 5 of my fingers and I'm going to gently press into the scalp. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll find that when I press hard, it loosens something inside you. It makes you start to feel more and more relaxed. Now, I'm going to begin moving my hands in a slightly circular fashion. Now, this circular fashion is meant to work the little, almost microscopic kinks out of your scalp. I'm glad you like how it tingles. I like that I do these live sometimes because I like to get your feedback on what you like about it. I want you to feel relaxed. I want you to enjoy the experience. I want you to be able to watch me, or I want you to be able to close your eyes and just enjoy the process. It feels good, doesn't it? To just relax, not have to worry about anything for a while. Yes, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Goodness, it's very late where you are in Scotland. I'm glad that I can help you relax. You know, sometimes I wake up at 3 in the morning, but not today. Today I had to get up even earlier. I'm working on very little sleep, but I wanted to do this. I will keep doing my role plays, but I did want to work my way into some of the more traditional ASMR videos. Yes, it is I, Lucifer Morningstar. Tell me, Supernova, what is it you truly desire? Well, I did a poll on my TikTok channel, and I asked my Patreon supporters, of which Pop on here is one of my Patreon supporters. And as you can imagine, I gave a great deal of weight to my Patreon supporters. And one of the most requested was scalp massage. And as it happens, I happen to have a styrofoam head and a wig. So how could I resist? I've already finished filming my role plays. I did 2 different Lucifer Morningstar roleplay videos that I'll be editing later. And I also made about 20 short videos on on TikTok. So you can check those out at your leisure under Roleplay Riot. But now, I want you to really feel your scalp beginning to buzz and tingle as I work my way into your scalp. I'm glad you like it, Pop. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I want this to be a good experience for you. I want to find out the things that you like so that I can do them. Because you know what? There's a really good chance a lot of other people like it too. So I can do it just for you. And other people can benefit as well. Isn't that lovely? Now, you could imagine that you're laying on a bed, but I prefer to imagine that you're sitting on a very shallow stool just in front of me. A very comfortable stool. A nice, soft pad. So that you're just the right height. You can lean back and I can work my fingers inside. Hello, Jedi. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to know that I've got another ASMR content creator listening in. I'm sure you could give me all kinds of advice. I've been making roleplay videos for years now. My goodness. Maybe even since 2016, 2017, something like that. But I haven't done that many traditional ASMR videos. Oh, I'm so glad, Jedi. I'm so glad to hear it. And I want to be very clear, I'm not going to stop making roleplay videos. But I thought, since I'm in this cosplay, and since lots of people like this type of ASMR, that I'd just see how it goes. I'm glad you like my Gotham. I have a spoiler for you, Jedi. One of my Lucifer ones has a Gotham twist. So I hope you enjoy it. Do you like my silly lights? I got those years ago and I've almost never used them. I thought I'd put them up on a whim, if you may say. I'm glad that you're excited. I'm glad that you like this. Thank you. I thought they'd just give a little bit of a pop. I'm still working on my lighting to get it just right. Yes, it's going to be very interesting. I think you'll like it. Loki's Tavas suit. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Jedi. You're doing some fun cosplaying too. Do you know I've never done Loki? Do you want to know one of the characters I'd really like to cosplay from that pantheon? I want to do Frog Thor. I think it would be hilarious. And I've got body paint. I could make it happen. By the way, speaking of body paint, you have no idea how many cosplays I've been doing on TikTok. So if you have a moment, I recommend going and searching for Roleplay Riot. I'll come right up. But be warned, things get pretty crazy over there. It would be so funny, wouldn't it? Couldn't you just see me with my face painted like a frog, but with the Thor outfit on and holding Mjolnir? Ribbit! Ugh, excuse me. I'm so relaxed I'm yawning too. Things can get spicy. I did a video tonight that was a little bit spicy. Oh, very good. Make sure and comment. I love Star Wars and I love Marvel. Frog Thor is not only real, he is canon, both in the comics. In the comics, Thor was turned into a frog. And in the movies, in Thor Ragnarok, when there is the fake play, the fake Thor and the fake Loki are talking, and Loki is apologizing and saying, "That time I turned you into a frog." So they actually made it canon in the MCU that Frog Thor is real. So I think it would be very funny. Of course, I do need at least a minimal Thor costume. Nothing fancy. I don't need a full Thor costume. Literally, I could get away with a shirt and a hat kind of thing. Oh, yes, I remember that one. I've got the head massage that came out recently, though I think that one might have been. That was. My brain is melting. The Mad Hatter. Yes. Oh, very cool. I'll have to check them out. I haven't stayed in touch with the community as much as I should have. And I really do enjoy all the other creative people on here. I think you're all the bee's knees. I hope these scritchety sounds are coming through plain and clear. Now, I want you to imagine that my fingers are starting to work in a wave pattern, starting at the tip of your hairline, and I'm slowly working my way back, kind of like a little wave. I do have an incredible amount of confidence. It's because I do not possess shame the way other people do. It's part of being on the autism spectrum. Oh, I'm glad you've enjoyed them, Pop, or at least I hope you have. As far as Love and Thunder, I enjoyed it a great deal, but I wanted to like it more. And I can't really talk about it without spoiling, but I did like it. I want to be very, very clear. But Thor Ragnarok is my favorite MCU movie. And Taika Waititi is one of my favorite directors. So I was predisposed to like this movie a lot, and I did like it, but I wanted to like it more. I like that, Skies. That's very cool. Autism buddies, yay! Exactly, Mist. Just be yourself. This year, I came out as non binary, gender fluid, and pansexual. That was quite a revelation, I'm sure you can imagine, to people. There is some really good emotional beats in Thor, Love and Thunder, especially with Jane Foster. So, Frasier, it's coming. Some wonderful viewers on TikTok are sending me the costume. So I'm going to be doing Frankenfurter in the near future. Hey, we've got another gender fluid in his house. So good to see you. Well, if you go to my TikTok videos, I haven't done any on here. I did release a short that had me as Bloody Mary, but I haven't done any full-length videos on here of me in film presentation. But I certainly have on TikTok, so you can see them on there. It's so nice to see other people on the, as a friend of mine called it, gender weird. I like that. It was self-referential, I should mention. Loki would be perfect. I would love to do Loki. I was always the cosplay type. I always loved doing cosplay. But in my older videos, I just really didn't have I just really wasn't set up for it. So I just wore my suit and we did our best. I did very rarely do a small cosplay, but not much. I would love to do Loki. I would love to do Loki, and I would love to do Lady Loki, which is, what is her name? I've forgotten already. I'm very stupid. I would also do Croaky, which is Alligator Loki. I would do that just to be funny. Can you imagine doing, I could do Thor, Frog Thor, and Alligator Loki? That would be hilarious. Can you imagine that? Oh, thank you very much. I will check that out later. Sylvie, thank you. I'm terrible with names. Pup can tell you. Oh, I would absolutely do Sylvie or Enchantress. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I didn't mean stupid. It's just part of my autism, particular autism. I have a very particular issue with names. Names are very challenging for me. I live in Oklahoma. I hope this is giving you many, many tingles. I want you to relax and enjoy it. Alligator Loki and Frog Thor. Can you imagine? I could do them back to back. I could have them play out the different Thor and Loki parts. It would be hilarious. I think some people call Alligator Loki croaky, even though that doesn't really make sense. But it is funny, so who cares? It's important to know your own limitations. I have many, many incredible skills. I just ran a triathlon this last weekend and was perfectly fine. No problems whatsoever. But if you need me to remember someone's name that I don't know very well, I can't do it. Good. I'm glad. That's what I want to hear. Thank you so much for asking, Jedi. My pronouns are very easy since they are. I was corrected because I did say any once, and that's technically not true since there are other pronouns that people use. So in specificity, my pronouns are he, they, and she. But I will answer to any because it's not very important to me. It's not important to me in the way it's important to other people. Of course, it is incredibly important to get people's pronouns right. Don't get me wrong. But I think you know what I mean. For some people, it's just not a very important question. And that's kind of how it is for me. Now, I do like it when people call me she when I'm in a film presentation. But I don't stress about it. Ah, very good, Jedi. I'm glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear it. One of my favorite things to do is when I learn that someone is trans mask like Pup. I don't think I'm speaking out of school, Pup. I think you're very open about that. Is I like calling them sir. Hello, sir. It's good to see you, sir. I like to do that because I'm very Southern. And of course, on the flip side, if someone is a trans woman, I like to go out of my way to call them ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because again, I'm very Southern. Now, obviously, I would not do those if for any reason those were not their preferred forms of address. Ah, well, I certainly want to make you feel welcome. Yes, well, I feel like Lucifer would be very understanding about gender pronouns. After all, he's seen it all, hasn't he? Good. Well, Pup, it is a pleasure to see you, sir. I especially like doing that. It makes me happy, because I know it makes you happy. I will sometimes even bring out my extra Southern voice. I'll say, well, hello there, sir. It's good to see you, sir. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. Oh, that's hilarious, Pup. Nickname Loki. That's wonderful. Nickname you Loki. Ah, yes. I will be happy to call you Loki. I was going to say, I'm not opposed to being called Loki, but there's no particular reason to call me Loki. Yes, well, you have to remember that I am from Texas, and I do have a natural Southern accent. This is actually fairly close to what my real accent sounds like. Now, my accent is not very strong because I grew up in a suburban neighborhood. I didn't grow up out in the on a ranch, punching cows. But I did have a Texan accent, and my Texan accent will come out sometimes. Sometimes I will say, "What did you do that for?" Or, "Well, I'm fixing to get ready," and that sort of thing. Oh, yes, I would love to do a Doctor Strange. It's actually on my Amazon wish list. Not that you need to get it for me, Pup, because you've already got me a wonderful outfit. Pup got me Sebastian. If you saw my Sebastian video, I'm going to redo the entire costume. I've bought a wonderful sewing machine and I'm going to be altering it to fit me perfectly. And I'm going to be redoing the makeup too. It was far too pale. I was doing an experiment and it didn't work out. But that's the fun part about cosplaying. You can just try it. You can just try things. And if it doesn't work out, nobody's paying you. You can just do it again later. Batman comics. I haven't read a lot of Batman comics recently. So I can't really do a great job recommending them to you. Um, your Canadian accent, I understand. Uh, you have to understand, I grew up reading X-Men comics, which is why a lot of my older content was X-Men related. But I did read a lot of Superman and Batman and DC comics, but it was very sporadic, and I didn't read that many graphic novels. The only thing that I can tell you is you can't go wrong with reading Batman Year One, but you've probably already read that. But it is very, very good. It's very interesting to watch the cartoon version because they are so faithful to the comic. It's almost distracting how much like the comic it is. So I definitely do recommend that one. But that's hardly a groundbreaking. If you are going to read X-Men comics, you must read the Phoenix Saga, even though it's a little disjointed because they didn't make series back then like they do now. So it's not like they are today, but it's definitely worth a read. One of my favorites storylines in all of comics. There could be. There absolutely could be. I have not read it, but there is the comic Batman Year One, which does have some. It takes the movie takes some from Batman Year One, but only a little bit. Your mom's from Iowa, but you grew up on the West Coast. Yes, guys, it's true. When your family is from multiple places, your accent can be quite interesting, shall we say? P&W buddies, that's wonderful. I have been to England, actually. I've been to England. Gosh, I guess I've only been one time. That's surprising. Because I've been to Europe several times, but I've only been to England once. I went there in 1999. Yes, I'm that old. I had already been married for 2 years. That was our first big trip. So we went to France, say France as if it's old country. We went to Paris for a week, and we went to London for a week. Hello there, Marie. Good to see you from TikTok. Yes, we spent a week in London. We did take a couple of day trips to see Glastonbury and Stonehenge. I have never visited Scotland. I would love to visit Scotland. There are many places I would love to visit. I'm 47 years old. I'm very upfront about my age, as Pup will hear, because I, one, think it's really funny, because most people are surprised. Not that you think I'm young. I don't misunderstand me. But also, I want people to know that you can be older and you can do fun things. It's not just for 23-year-olds. You can do what I'm doing right now, and be in your 40s. Oh, that's very cool, Kapap. I'm doing well, Marie. I had a wonderful time in London. I loved London. I loved the breakfast we had every morning at the hotel. It's really nice, very filling. Thank you so much, Georgie. Well, sometimes it's hard to do things when you're 24 because you don't have any money. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just saying in general that can be a problem. But I want to tell everyone out there who hears my voice, don't wait to do the fun things that you want to do. I produce video content. Do you know what that means? It means I watch my face age in real time. I literally watch my face age. My eyelids are drooping more than they were 2 years ago. I have lines that I didn't have 2 years ago. I look great for my age. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not trying to get down on myself. What I'm telling you is don't wait to do the things you want to do. Never hesitate to be yourself. Be your authentic self, whatever that is. It is so important. It does not mean you will be happy. Oh, you take care. It does not mean that you will be happy. If you are your authentic self, it does not guarantee happiness. But you cannot be fully happy unless you are your authentic self. So find that. And by the way, that's a process. It's not something you can just turn on like a switch. It happens slowly over time. It's a fun process finding yourself. Find yourself. Be yourself. Become the person you want to be and never, ever compromise that. Exactly, Pop. Yes, I know money is a factor. I was so poor at 24. I got married when I was 22, and I had about $5,000 in the bank. I was working tech support, and then I got a very terrible sales job that I did for 7 years. It was very educational, but it didn't pay well. I understand. It can be, Marie. I certainly would not say that I have a baby face. What I would say is a lot of people don't think that I'm 47. There's a big difference between those two things. You do have a baby face, pup, but in a good way. That tea is going to do wonders for you. You'll see. Trust the process, as they say. Exactly, pup. I love the way you put that. Don't spend your life dreaming when you can live your dream. That's exactly. And that's how I'm going to wrap things up here. So I'm going to give one more final push hard on your scalp. We're going to wrap things up here. If you are not following me, and I know a lot of you are because I've seen you comment, make sure and follow me on here. Thank you so much, Salty. I know that you've been following me on here and we've chatted on here for a long time. Do follow me on TikTok if you go on there, Roleplay Riot. You'll see a very different side. It's fun. Um, yes, Marie, I understand. You probably have a baby face as well. But I want all of you to have a wonderful day. I want all of you to take care and keep an eye out. I should be doing some more of these soon. All right? Take care.